Hello, everybody. I have Silent Jack with me. We're doing stewarding. We have a penalty from race one, and that is it from race one. We do still have to review race two's lap one, so we might see something else. So this might be the end of the video. We have a tier two penalty for Josiah Jerome. Basically, super simple. Good start, rocketing through the field, to use Jack's terminology, and then smashes into the back of Wilfredo Sofia, and that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think that there's really anything to really get into explanation-wise with this one. It compromises multiple cars' race. Other than that, lap one was fine. There was an off for Jeff Ecott, but it's, as far as we can tell, and Jeff can correct us if we're wrong, it was caused by him. Caused by the traffic, but at the end of the day, the author of his demise was himself with his reaction to what was going on around him, and he ended up spinning off. So there's no penalty there. Ricardo Gomes Ricardo Gomes does get a little bit lucky because his start was very shaky, but he didn't end up actually hitting anyone hard enough to do anything. So he gets lucky. But let's roll with Josiah here. So Josiah gets off to a fantastic start here. There's Wilfredo. Boom! Takes out Frings. Also ends up hitting Morbid Apathy. So that's not so good. If you want to see a good example of how to handle this, here's Fran Hidalgo. He also gets off to a very, very good start. And he's going to manage traffic a lot better, in a nutshell. So there we go. Good launch. That's Ricardo's spot there. Takes a nice clear path, gets through. Nicely done. That would be how it's supposed to look. And then obviously Josiah would be an example of how it's not supposed to look. In fact, Fran's right in front of him. Boom. Yeah, that's a pretty easy tier 2 penalty. We'll be back, or maybe not. This could be the end of the video. We'll find out. All right, so we do have a second one here, and it's going to be a tier 2 penalty for Martin Edmonds. I'm not sure what turn this is yet. We haven't since we didn't really have a lot of penalties to work on. I didn't bother marking down the turns, and Jack is basically like, we're gonna race around the track again and note the turn number. But lap one, race number 2. This is just a super late braking from Martin. And he's going to rear end the green and blue car, the sort of tealish car up ahead of Rene Ermer. He's the one to the inside or the left-hand side of the track right now. Going side by side with Henrik Andreasen, I do believe. And it's, again, going to be fairly self-explanatory. And it just basically comes down to, this is a heavily aggressive braking zone. Application, especially on lap 1. Okay, here we go. Boof. Now, again, we're going to look at the braking here. So you can see the brake lights are on up here at about the 100 meter board. Martin's, what is that? 75? I want to get this as slow as I can here. No brakes. Brakes. Yeah, so probably about 75 meters, this yellow part here. So like second yellow mark. If we pop up to Joe Center real quick. Who's the leader? Missed it. Where does the brakes come on? There, yeah. It's short of this curb area. And I don't think it would be useful to look at Henrik and Rene because they're fighting for position, but they're also braking before this area. who's in behind Martin, if we can get a look here. Problem is, of course, there's going to be a big accident pile up, and it's going to be really, really hard to get a really good example here. Josiah and Tobias, maybe? I'd like the car right behind Josiah. Can I get that? There we are. Timo. Yeah, Timo's also on the brakes before the curb here. So, like, that's where Martin is braking. This is where, like, everyone else is braking. There's, that's way too aggressive. Anyways, that is it. Well, that's not it, but I think it's going to be it. We have 3 cars to review the lap 1 of still, but we've kind of been behind them, and it doesn't seem like there's anything to call, but we will do the job thoroughly just for completeness. But I don't think we'll be... I think this will be the end of the video.